There's a man who leads a life of danger. To everyone he meets, he says he's a stranger. With every move he makes, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow. Secret agent man.
This is Alfie with Spy Guys. I'm here at this lovely park in the center of Kiev, trying to find our chief Ukrainian correspondent, Jeff. Now, if I can find him, we'll try and do an interview.
So I thought the reason you invited me out here was to talk about Crimea.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting point. Now, for those who don't know, there was a referendum held in Crimea, and they became a part of Russia. What do you feel about that?
Well, I think everything you need to know about the referendum is that the final vote was 97% in favor of.
But does that not just show overwhelming support?
No, it doesn't show overwhelming support. It shows it was rigged. Overwhelming support would be like 60-40.
That's harsh, Jeff. That's like saying that every single news agency that reported it was 97% is just Russian propaganda.
Well, news agencies reported it was 97%, but they also said there was no international monitoring. That did you even see the ballot? You know what's on the ballot? The ballot had two options: yes, join Russia; no, leave Ukraine. Okay, so and as Joseph Stalin said, the people who cast votes decide nothing. The people who count votes decide everything. Where do you think they got that number, 97%? Where do you think they got that from?
Well, the 97% isn't important, Jeff.
They pulled it out of their ass, Alfie.
Let's just bring it back, Jeff.
They might as well say 120,
Calm down,
125%,
Jeff.
700%.
Jeff, I understand.
6 million%.
Let's get back to the issues, Jeff, okay? How are things now for Crimeans?
It's horrible. The price of food is doubled. There's no way that Putin can resupply Crimea. The only way that they can resupply Crimea, which doesn't touch Russia in any way, is through an area called the Kerch Strait. There's a ferry. Now, if you have a truck and you want to go across that ferry, you got to wait 36 hours before you can even get on it, if it's working. Okay? So, how do you resupply Crimea? You don't.
But clearly, with joining Russia, this must have somehow impacted their tourism positively.
Positively? If having nobody on the beach all summer is positive, yeah, it impacted it positively.
So you're saying Russians aren't going to Crimea?
No, they're not going to Crimea. They're going to Turkey or Egypt. Why would they go to Crimea? They never gone to Crimea before. Ukrainians go to Crimea, but not anymore.